Hey there, friendlies. How's up? Welcome to the 4th of February episode of my spectacular live stream. This is the Bevies, Blades, and Bushcraft live stream where we have bevies, we have blades up there, and we do sometimes actually get around to talking about bushcraft. Just to get the house cleaning out of the way, I just would like to thank those of you who may be watching us time shifted to tomorrow or next week or some such. I do love seeing the comments show up in the doobly-doo down below. I think that's spectacular, given that you can't always partake in the Chittimek chat, or never if you're joining us after the fact. If at any point tonight you really like what's happening on the screen and in your ears, I invite you to hit that thumbs up, that smiley thumb. And if at any point tonight you really kind of hate what's going on, that's okay. The frowny thumb works just as well. And if you would like to take a more active role in keeping this light on, then I invite you to investigate the join button right there. Right click on it, open it in another tab, and there you will see the 2 tiers of membership and what each tier gets you for your hard-earned folding monies. So we don't actually have a reading tonight because the book that I forgot last time, I forgot again this time. Which means that we don't have a theme for tonight because I don't want to waste a theme if I don't have a reading. I just found a magazine here, but it's a history magazine, not a camping magazine. So forgot about it. Cheesy Cash, Saving Toronto's Chinatown, Genealogy Gaffs. Nothing bushcrafty in that. Tonight will be my first sip of whiskey of 2025, if I remember correctly. No. But my first sip of whiskey since doing dry January. I have some bottles to choose from. Disappointingly, the bottle that Country Boy funded for me arrived at my local SAQ today, but I don't know if it arrived after or they only told me after closing time that it was actually there. So I did not get it in time for this live stream. Country Boy says he's in no hurry, so maybe we'll open it together at the next live stream. I don't know. We'll talk. We'll decide. Maybe we'll just do like a private little call. Okay, ready? And but anyways, there you go. So I have a few bottles to choose from here. I have a local whiskey, which is very good. It's a high rye whiskey. I have a not so local but still Canadian whiskey. This is the Bareface. It's a 7-year. I really wanted to hate this whiskey because when I read an interview with the master blender, he sounded like a real dink. But it's pretty good. And this has been down there for a while, so I really got to finish that off. I have a turkey-themed whiskey, which is probably the only wild turkey that I've ever tasted that I actually like. There's the rare breed, which I haven't tried yet. May not be trying for quite the while. And then, of course, there's Single Barrel Select. This is probably the only Jack Daniels that I like. So those are my choices for the 10 o'clock dram. Excuse me. But before we go any further, I see that a lot of people have been saying hi, so I'm just going to pop on through and see who's saying hi so that I can say hi back. Peanut Trucker, Mr. Channel Mod. Oh, hello. Show up on stream, dang it. Pop it in like 30 seconds after I hit, I set this stream up. So you're a scholar and a gentleman. We got Country Boy popped in like really soon afterwards. And also Country Boy asked Chris where he is right now, and Chris is on the road again. in Augusta, Georgia. We got David popping in. By the way, Country Boy is a channel mod and a channel hero. David is also both a channel mod and a channel hero, as you can tell by the little icons next to their names. So everyone's just saying hi to each other, so I'm going to skip past that. We got Mr. 8 Acres, Mr. Serge in the house, popping in at 9:01. The thing is, man, we had a thing going where I knew that Serge wasn't here yet if I poured a beer and it didn't goosh everywhere or didn't end up with like this much head. I miss those days, but I'm my keyboard thanks me every time I don't um, fill it full of beer on a Tuesday night. So I'm okay with just sticking with the 10 o'clock dram. Honeybee in the house. How you doing? Are you having a whiskey tonight, Mr. B? Pretty sure Country Boy is having a whiskey. What are you having tonight? Are you going to have the bullet, Mr. Country Boy? Christy popping in. Christy is a channel hero. By the way, Honeybee is a channel mod, so be nice. And none of my mods, my excellent mods, will have to drop the hammer on you. We got Susie Q popping in. How you doing tonight, Susie? How's the weather where you are? Everyone's saying hi to one another. We got Mr. Hike with Mike in the house from down there in Florida. How are you doing tonight? I hope the weather is treating you well. More hellos and howdies and all that stuff. So I'm going to skippy. See if I can catch up or not fall too far behind. We got Destiny on screen. How are you doing tonight, Destiny? David says there's lots to talk about, but we cannot be political. I am holding on for dear life right now, so let's not, because I have many things to say. But I don't want anyone who comes in to hang with us to feel unwelcome. I don't want anyone who comes in to hang with us to get pissed off by something someone else says. I just feel that sticking with my non-political stance is the best way to be, because I feel that inside this milieu we're all friends, and I don't ever want two people to stop being friends during something that I have set up. I feel stuff like that is a tragedy. So let's just not. Maybe I'll call you later. Heiko Mike says, I keep getting foiled in my attempts to camp in the woods. Getting frustrated. Got to get out into the woods soon. What's happening? Oh, you're a teacher, aren't you? Is it work related or is it family? Drink one that I'm going to finish tonight. I'm not going to finish any of them tonight. I'm going to have like one. Look, dry January. I lost 4 pounds during dry January. The last thing I want to do is undo that. Because here's the thing: some of the Tuesday live streams, I really did sort of do a dent in a bottle. I'm gonna finish that barefaced this week though, because I mean I get a crappy sleep, and then I feel crappy in the morning. Not like hungover, oh my god, but just like didn't sleep well, and it puts pounds on. It puts on the pounds. We don't want to put on no pounds. Charles and Annie saying hi. Are you in the Philippines or are you in Alaska right now buying up a property? Actually, Destiny asks an interesting question to Mike. Is it just the time? Is it time or is there like a context? Hold on a second. Boop, 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 boop. If I miss anyone, we'll go to you too. Aha, Mark Davidson. Late I am, but you're here. You're not actually that late, though. I mean, it's kind of, it's an open door, right? You can pop in anytime you want. Uh, uh, Circumstance and weather, you don't do cold camping. Yeah, I can imagine that living in Florida, you're probably not equipped for like winter camping, like a big canvas tent with a stove inside. You see, now I'm getting all like mournful and yearning for a canvas tent again. Everyone's just saying hi, so we're gonna skippy. Country Boy is having the Bullet 10-year. Yeah, you're just flaunting it, like, because I still have not seen the Bullet 10-year in my SAQ of late. Haven't seen it in months. Destiny, yeah, I think I should work on that. I keep meaning to ping him, and life just keeps getting in the way. So instead of writing it down on a scrap of paper that I may not see, I'm gonna write it into my brain book. I'm gonna write it into it that I'm gonna ping him this week. That doesn't mean we're gonna have an episode next week. It just means that I will start talking to him, because I don't actually. I mean, he said he's into it, but I don't know if that's just he's being pressured because we're talking about this on a live stream. You know what I'm saying? Let's do that tomorrow. I bet you guys are finding this very interesting, right? Scritch, scritch, little ASMR. Listen to me write in my little notebook. Sleep, tingles. I tell you something, ASMR creeps me out sometimes, but on occasion, it is the only thing that will get me to sleep. So, I'm kind of like, hi, ASMR. So where were we? But yes, thank you for reminding me, Destiny. I got to jump on that. I've got to get back into. I got to get unburnt out on YouTube. Like, I haven't produced an actual video in months for either channel, so I've got to get unburnt out. That's what I got to do. Christy says the weather here is psycho. It was 29 degrees today. I have not seen a 29-degree day in since last summer, and I will tell you that is warm. Problem in Montreal is that it gets warm, but it's also sticky. It's humid, and I'm okay with heat so long as it's not humid. As long as it's not humid. Same word, different accent. Nice one, Josh. You know, do not like it. I mean, when I used to, my old stomping grounds in like North Vancouver, it could get pretty damn hot in the summer, but it never got that sticky step outside your door and like step into a tongue kind of feeling that I've mentioned to you guys. Not really ad nauseam, but fairly often. Christie's in her summer jammies. Hey, look, if you got the weather for it, why not? David sent me an iMessage. Is my phone down here? Yes, it is. I will check the iMessage and I will. He's suggesting that I have the bear face because I mean I'm down there, so that's. Here's the thing. Yeah, I gotta do some damage to that because it's been like that for a long time. So that's what I'll have. I'm gonna have the bear face, triple oak. So hide nothing, fear nothing, except it doesn't say anywhere on this bottle if it has like caramel coloring in it or any of that. So okay, bear face. That's what we're gonna have. Done. Um, Uh-oh, what? Honeybee is sans whiskey? I have an agreement with myself not to drink at least a few days on either side of a stressful event. Oh, big family funeral. I respect that choice, and I will absolutely not pressure you. I do feel for you about the big funeral. I mean, it seems like we go to more and more of those these days, or maybe it's just because I'm getting older. But yeah, I feel for you, man. David is sending his political frustration to Jess in private. That's funny. Christy too. Her brother's mass and celebration of life on Friday. Is your family the type to raise a glass to the departed, or do you sort of, or do you do a sad times dry? I come from a Celtic family. I mean, I'm sort of a mutt between French Canadian and Scottish with a little bit of Irish. So all three of those are peoples that have some of the most soaked funerals or wakes you could possibly imagine. Charles and Annie are both still in the Philippines, heading to Manila next week for Valentine's. Planning on Alaska in November. Okay, yeah, sure. Good. Why not go to Alaska in November? It's not going to be cold up there at all. But yes, Sal, it was about whiskey. He made a good suggestion. Hey, Grace in the house. How are you doing, Grace? How are things where you are living ce soir? I'm just trying to catch up in the actual YouTube side of this. There you go. Are you kidding me? I could my god, a Captain Haddock t-shirt. That is some high class gear. I have a Captain Haddock t-shirt in my drawer upstairs. Um, it's got this really heavy embroidery on it though that I find really kind of uncomfortable when I wear the shirt, so I never wear it, but I would love to. I love it. That's a great gift. Captain Haddock. Um, I don't remember his name in French. Is it the same? I don't believe I have to look this up. Capitaine Archibald Haddock. So he's Captain Haddock in French. Okay. That was weird. I mean, I have all the books in French in like a little special boxed edition. Anyway, says unto Christy that January and February are often that time of year. I do hope the celebration brings back lots of memories. Ours was on Sunday and was a surprisingly happy dinner after the service. January and February are definitely heavier and that kind of stuff. They're definitely the two hardest months for me to get through in the year because I get sad syndrome like you guys would not believe. Um, however, I'm not a self-harm risk, but yeah, January and February, a lot of people disappear, shall we say. I kind of want to move past this though because I don't want to accidentally trick anyone into TMIing us and then getting embarrassed or anything. But yeah, I'm feeling a little maudlin for both of you guys. Anybody says the whole sticky, humid, hot thing is no joke. Great Lakes region suffers this on most of our parks just inland from any one lake in the summertime. Humidity and bugs can make a summer quite rough. Yep. Yeah, it's exactly the same here. I guess it has to do with being on like large inland waterways, right? Because we're on the St. Lawrence River. So we don't have like an ocean breeze. The nice thing about Vancouver is you've got this beautiful wind coming in off the ocean and then sort of going up the mountains, which is, which creates sort of the raininess in the wintertime. But it's just, it can be stankin' hot and you're still loving life out there. Victoria, right? Vancouver Island. It's like, whew. Um, 8 Acres has some rum that is down there. Yes, absolutely. The thing is, your booze is just oxidizing too much at that level. You got to finish it off, otherwise you're wasting the booze. Peanut Trucker says, "Oh, I see. Okay, okay." I was like, "Okay, tonight." He's actually telling Grace that he's in Augusta, Georgia. Augusta, 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 Augusta. It's got to be Augusta. There ain't no way it's not. That actually is very, very descriptive. Sticky, icky like lip gloss. That is so damn true. Serge, absolutely. It's fine. It's fine. We're all friends here. Uh, Destiny says, "Where is Shawnee tonight? I'm pretty sure she's going to pop in soon. Pretty damn sure." Now I'm looking to see if there you goes. There it is. There's the Shawnee. Just got done with class on the Seed Time YouTube channel. Seed Summit classes continue tomorrow. Soaking up gardening knowledge for free. Here now. Hi. How you doing? That sounds cool. That sounds cool. Peanut Trucker, what's my name in French? Chris. Just kidding. What the hell would a peanut trucker be? So that name comes from when you used to transport peanuts, correct? You were a trucker who transported peanuts? Sales, what's a trucker in French? Now, peanuts, there are two words. There's a French word and there's a Quebecois word. One of those words is arachide, the other is peanut. I will let you guess which is which. Is there another word for peanuts in French? I think there is. When my students, Hike with Mike says, when my students curse in class, I tell them profanity shows a lack of creativity. So they say 10,000 thundering typhoons and blistering barnacles instead. That works for me. Love it. Right, Monsieur Merveilleux. Destiny, you're just being really nice. Oh, you guys picked up a compost barrel? I would like to get rid of my current compost barrel and buy a different style because mine is a chore to use. It just takes money, right? Trucker d'arachide, says David Evans. Ah, there it is. Camionneur d'arachide. Right, camionneur. Just take a look. Hey, Canadian in the house. I was about to say something, but I'm just nope. How's it going, mister? How's business? You getting snowed on? We had a lot of snow yesterday. Well, a lot. We had a bit of a dump yesterday. Oh, for you too, eh? Okay. Well, I mean, you're pretty close to us, he says, without getting any more geographically specific than that. Yeah, for me too. Oh, excuse me. For me too. We've been dealing with this. We've been trying to get Clem like an emergency dentist appointment since December because no dentist wants to deal with kids under 12 because it's paid by Medicare, so they can't fluff up the bill the way they can if you walk in with private insurance. So we've had a terrible time, and so we finally got into a dentist today, and just got a lot of work to do. And certain parts of it are not covered by the government, but thankfully most of it is, because it gets expensive fast. I tell you something, dentists know how to bill. Steve Grounds, how you doing? How's it going tonight? Wait, is that what it is? Wasn't Chris peanut butter and his friend Trucker from his jelly or something like that? Hence the peanut trucker handle? I don't remember. I may be completely misremembering what the name was from. Yeah, Serge says the same thing. Camionneur d'arachide. I shall now call you camionneur d'arachide from now until the eternity is over. Didn't work for me. Trying new greetings. Fair enough. Just taking a look. That's okay. You were late, but you were still there. What? Are you kidding me? Another death? That's 3 in this live stream, guys. What's going on? You know what? This is like just too damn sad. For you know what, we're gonna go a little early on this. We're gonna go a half hour early because I just we have to raise a toast, because this is a lot of people losing people in quick succession. I mean, I'm not going to take this opportunity to get completely maudlin on you or anything and tell you about all the people I've lost, but I can't believe it, guys. Jeez. Jerry, Christy, Honeybee. This, yeah, I got to get on this because this is starting to lose its stuff. Be well. As sad as the times are, if you hold on to those you love, they can really help. Yeah, that's nowhere as good as it was when it was more full. David says, we can also say traqueur de peanuts. Yeah, de peanut. Peanut butter jelly time, peanut butter jelly time. This is getting really weird, guys. Canadian says she's been suffering a long while. She's at peace now, I guess. No more suffering. Sometimes that's kind of a good thing, you know. I'm thinking of a couple of older people in families that I know who took the assisted, medically assisted death. What the hell's the term? They went that route because they were living in epic pain. And though it's sad that those people are no longer with us, it's infinitely better for them. So, I mean, I feel, well, I mean, death is sad for the people who are left behind, right? It's not sad for the person who's gone, they're gone. But sometimes for the people who are left behind, it can be devastating for sure. Dental work is inexpensive in Mexico. Yeah, but if I have to throw several $1,000 at getting me and my family to Mexico, then it kind of balances it off, right? But anyways, as I said, like for kids under 13, we don't pay for virtually anything. So, I mean, it's hard to really complain. Yeah, I like what Country Boy says. Sometimes that's a blessing in disguise. It still sucks, but it's sort of saying the same thing that I was saying, you know? Canadian is raising a little glass with us, I feel. This is... I think I wasted this. I think I wasted this one. I waited too long. I'm very carefully pouring it back into the bottle. It's going to go. I'm going to have to flush the rest of that because it's not even drinkable. Grab a bottle at random. What is this? Circa whiskey numéro 3. So the whiskey numéro 3, 100% rye, which is how I like my rye. 100%. One cannot toast the recently departed with a shit glass of whiskey. Oops. So, cleaned Glencairn. Whiskey numéro 3 by Circa. So this is getting a little low too, but this bottle's only been open for like a month. No, 2 months. But I'm still going to have to finish it off within the next month for sure. God, 3 deaths. Shit. Oh, I think I said a bad word. Oh, that smells so much better. Because this one's still alive. I shouldn't have said still alive. Sorry, guys. But you know what I mean? It's still got its guts to it. It's still got its magic. Not everyone likes rye. Like what's happening here is that there's a very earthy, herbal thing going on with a real wicked sweetness sort of on the back end of it. Spice at the tip of my tongue. Kind of a green, piney, evergreen bit of tobacco ash further back, or some kind of ash. Maybe it's a campfire ash, but I don't want to make it sound like this is smoky. And then at the back, there's like a caramelly syrupiness happening. It's just love me a nice 100% rye. Hi, good Mike. Several folks went to Mexico for cheap dental work, but they were kidnapped. Well, that makes it very expensive dental work. Grace says, that's what I was thinking. Thought they were from a rival drug cartel. Whenever I think of peanuts, I think of Snoopy and Charlie Brown. They don't make them like that anymore. Dave is doing the God's Good Works, saying 18 people watching and 11 thumbs up. Get on that, people, or the hammer will come. Ad. Okay. What time was that at? 9:30. So I'm back on now. So you guys probably missed my excuse me, description of this delicious beverage. Oh yeah, that's a bad scene, man. Ugh. Serge feels that he doesn't get ads when he's late. That's weird. It's weird because I don't always get ads, and in fact, just to tell you how little I trust in YouTube's tech, on my YouTube page, my live stream hasn't started yet. It still says live in 3 minutes. Let me just go and reload the page. There we go. That's where we need it to be. See? Unclogged. And I'm going to pop the chat out again. Okay, good. Hey, Russell is here now. I was doing plumbing and lost track of time. Just got the notification. That's all right. At least you're here now. How's the back? Russell McRussell. Yes, I said shift glass of whiskey. Exactly, Seth. Christy says that plumbing is going to suck the life out of you. It's not that kind of plumbing, Christy. Russell says his back is better and he's decided to get back to work. Still bothering me though. Trying. I think that means trying not to stress it. Christy likes rye. In that case, I shall cheers to you once again. Once for your loss and once for your terrific taste in whiskey. There's an acridness as well. It really dries out. Hey, good. Mike says, I like rye bread. That's it. I love rye bread. I haven't had rye bread in a long time, but I love rye bread. I don't know if it's a rye thing. I think ryes tend to be a little darker. This is using a chocolate rye malt. Oh, okay. This is finished in Oloroso sherry. That's why. Suddenly, some of those notes make sense. That thing that I was trying to come up with, like for the ashy but not really campfire ash, that was not brimstone, sulfur. A lot of rye has a sulfur. Not a lot of rye. A lot of sherried whiskeys have a sulfurous note. A little dark fruit as well. Christy had a garlic bologna rye bread Sammy today. I would have traded that bologna for smoked meat, but man, nothing can beat rye with kind of any kind of a meat sandwich, eh? Meat sandwich sounds terrible. That sounds disgusting. But you guys know what I'm talking about. Peanut Trucker likes German bologna with peanut butter. I don't even know what German bologna is. No idea. Mike says, being from Florida, nothing better than a Cuban sandwich. Yes, trying not to stress it. Yeah, that's what I figured out. Peanut Trucker says, we made keto chicken bread this past weekend. What's keto about the chicken bread? Yeah, Country Boy says that makes sense. Then Sherry does that to the Derringer too. It's quite dark. I wouldn't be able to tell you yet from from holding it, but I do remember when I was looking at the two of the rabbit holes on the shelf when I first saw rabbit hole for the first time here, that they were definitely different colors. Because the one that I have it's not sherried. It's just bourbon cask finish. I think bourbon cask. Well, because it's bourbon. You know what I'm saying? It's not finished. Apparently, German bologna is sweet. I did not know that. Hike with Mike, heading to bed. All right, good night. Sleep well, mister. And I hope that you're going to get some camping in soon. Destiny says, on another note, have they announced the new Bond yet? I think it's time for a change. Just saying. I don't know. Is that a movie thing? I'm entertainment news averse. Having gone to film school and everything, I do love movies, but I do hate anything related to celebrity culture. Country Boy says, a good deli Reuben comes close to a Cuban sandwich. I love a Reuben sandwich. Absolutely love a good Reuben sandwich. There's a couple of places in town that make a killer one. I can only have it like twice a year because I get a real sort of like a Reuben hangover. Like, oh God, I can't believe I ate the whole thing. And all the fries, but love a Reuben sandwich. Look, nothing beats a Montreal smoked meat. Okay. I got to put that out there because A, truth, and B, Montrealer. But a very close second is a Reuben sandwich. Have any of you guys ever seen that sandwich that was Anthony Bourdain's all-time favorite sandwich? And it's like, why? Like, um, like lately I've seen it on a lot of TikToks, right? Um, and I can't figure out why. I kind of want to make one just to see what all the hue and cry is about. But I think, like there's there's a lot of power to a killer sandwich. Do you know what I'm saying? But it's like the kind of thing that you have to make and eat because you're always making in a pan, right? You're always cooking something. If it's not, frying up the whatever the cold cuts are, it's melting the cheese in the frying pan directly onto the bread or something. But I would absolutely do a whole YouTube channel dedicated to kick-ass, fry up sandwiches. Um, David is asking me if Schwartz's is still open. Yes, it is. It's gone real sort of tourist though. Like the prices have gone way up. The decor is skookum, but it's not as authentic as across Saint Laurent there was, or Saint Lawrence, I guess you would have known it as. There was another place called the Main. That was always my preference. It was much more old school Montreal. Like they hadn't updated the decor since the 60s. Um, the food was absolutely authentic. Walking into the Main, how do I say this? Walking into the Main felt like walking into a Leonard Cohen novel, right? Because that's the part of Montreal that he kind of mythologized um, in everything, in his poetry and in his writings, in his music. Like whenever you saw a CBC special about him, he was always popping in, to the Main and ordering in his, in his friend because he lived in that area, right? He had a house like just off of the Main there. And it's very sad to see the Main go under because the thing is that street is very touristy now, and they don't care about old school Montreal Jewish spaces, And the Main isn't even really. Actually, I don't know about that. I was going to say it wasn't even run by Jewish guys anymore, but I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I just assume that everything changes. Country Boy says the absolute God's honest truth. Montreal smoked meat is amazing. It is fabulous, and it's very. It's kind of unique. Like no one else makes it that specific way, which is too bad. Yeah, I remember going to Schwartz's before it got all upscaled and blah blah blah. First Canadian James Bond. I think I missed anything. Oh, Ray. Have a martini, eh? Kristen loves a good Reuben. Yeah. Now I'm getting all like, David is Dunn's. Whoops. Is Dunn's still open? Yes, Dunn's is still open. Yeah, absolutely. So like there's the restaurant Reuben's, which makes a great Reuben sandwich, good smoked meat. Kind of also old school, feels like you're walking into like 1978, 1983 kind of thing. Good food. Dunn's is still open for sure. It's gone a little kind of high street, but the food's still pretty good. I haven't been into Dunn's in like 10 years though, so I wouldn't go to the Mats for that statement. Country Boy had a buddy in school who moved here from Montreal, and his dad used to make smoked meat sandwiches. It was the first time I'd seen a smoker. I am dying for a smoker. Dying for one. Christy says, Steve has 3 smokers. What? Why? You just need one good one, don't you? Russell will be the villain who smells of wine and cheap perfume. We're going pretty like we're doing a deep dive here tonight, people. Yeah. See, now I kind of want to smoke meat sandwich. Country Boy says that I've only got one. It does all I need. I've shown you guys what I want. Like I've shown you guys the smoker that I'm dying to pick up, right? Well, it's a barbecue slash smoker. Excuse me while I go to the website. Get all the information you need. What? No, don't want digital. What the heck? Jeez, these are expensive. Holy snap. Classic Joe is... I shall now share the page. I shall now show the page. I say bam. I say boom. Oh, right, and I have to click an extra time. Show on stream. Pound. So this is what I want, man. This is the thing. So this is, you guys know the you guys know the big green egg, right? So this is the quote affordable unquote version. It's about half the price of a big green egg of comparable size. Oh. You can use it as a barbecue, of course. But my first experience, like standing next to one and using one, was making a 10-hour brisket, like making a smoked meat. So that's the 18. Oh, there's a 24, which is probably a better size. But that's $4,000 plus tax. This is why I want one of these rather than having one of these. I cannot justify that kind of expenditure. Oh, so beautiful. Look at that. Look, right? You got compartmentalized burning down there. Absolutely fabulous. I would also like to say that I just haven't uninstalled this yet, but I will. I'm going to get rid of honey because it caused much trouble recently. Russell says, I could be a villain, but a Canadian villain. My plan is to infiltrate the subway chain and steal all the subs. Destiny says, and Kristen can be M, Jess can be Q. Country Boy's got the Bradley Digital. You like it? Where did you buy that? I kind of feel, have I seen that at Canadian Tire? And so does the digital give you like connectivity to your phone or anything? Yeah, I'm looking it up and I'm coming up with Bradley fighting vehicle. Never mind. I'll just ask you the question. Destiny says, U-Bahn Diebstahle, the subway stealer. Has a villain name to it. Yep, absolutely. You guys are going deep on this this spy thriller thing. I'm an international super spy. Super spy. I think Christie's already M. You have to find someone else to be Moneypenny. Recast. Russell says, I honestly think that David Evans would make a better villain. Have you heard him laugh? Peanut Trucker can be the nut. Okay. What is up with you guys, with you peoples? I'm here showing you guys these high value or high priced cooking implements that I get the fizz off of, and you guys are just ignoring me, talking about super spies. Super spies. I think Canadian Tire sells them. I think the new ones are Bluetooth. Mine is about 10 years old, so no bells and whistles. Yeah, with digital, 10 years is like an eternity ago, eh? It's funny how the digital world moves so fast. Oh, you guys want to see what I'm doing? Some of you have probably already seen this, but so like this is my notebook for bushcraft and cocktail stuff, right? Except I think the bushcraft book fell out. Oh no, it's here. So let's keep this from falling. For land's sakes. So this is the cocktail book for part of it, right? And so there's been almost no order. It's sort of broken into like whiskey cocktails, gin cocktails, and stuff. But what it isn't broken down by is originals versus just stuff I've read and discovered and like. So say it right there. So I've started a new one just for my originals. Starts off with the Silent Night Smash, which I think I did a really good job on. And like my wife bought me this like photo printer that makes stickers. That's pretty cool. Um, I bought stamps to use to make I'm just feeling so crafty. See, it's like these stickers, you put them on a plastic backing, you dip it in the ink and then you go. Pfft. So Blood and Swamp Water, that's one I did for Halloween. I'm enjoying doing this. I think my favorite one that I've made so far is the Ticket to Rye. I'm enjoying putting this little book together. Like I like the process of doing it. I like sort of like this is not one where I'm going to sketch my ideas out the way I did for the Coleman, right? That I'm going to. Did I put the Coleman in? Yes. Tequila and mezcal, the Coleman. I was actually going to try to make the finalized Coleman during this live stream, but I realized that because I only start the booze part at like 10, there was no way I was gonna not have the ice all melting and stuff while I was waiting. But then again, I didn't know that everyone lost family, so we're drinking early. Anyways, I'm really enjoying. There's an element of me that you guys all know that I like to de-digitize my life. Like when I hit the woods, I like to sort of like I'll have my phone with me to shoot videos and to like keep in touch and all that. But like I'm not sitting in front of a screen. I'm not playing a video game. All right, I'm living like in the moment, in the woods, loving life. Maybe I'm a little cold. Was that a wolf? Was that a bear? But I'm still enjoying life. The smell of the campfire is just heavenly perfume to me. Um, in a sort of tertiary way, I massively enjoy using a nice pen and nice paper and writing stuff down. First of all, like this little brain book I have this because if I don't write something on paper with a pen of any sort, I don't remember it. Like tapping stuff into um, iCal or whatever is only good if I have the phone remind me. You know, time to take the garbage out. Time to whatever. You have an appointment to have. Blah blah blah. If the phone, like, if something goes boop and shows up, okay. But having a calendar on this is useless to me. It's absolutely useless to me. It is currently minus 13 degrees. It tells me, but it feels like minus 19 degrees, thanks to the frickin' wind chill. But I'm inside. A little chilly down here, though. I should have brought my blanket, but I probably would have been rubbing it and making sounds that Russell hates, and he would have been grumpy with me. It's just it would have been an ugly scene. I don't know why I started telling you. Oh, because I glanced down and I was looking for something and I glanced at that and I got all excited. How many of you guys watched my live on my other channel when I was finalizing the Coleman? Mm. So what do you think? Because it's a special occasion, should we have one more? Should I make that a poll, or do I just assume that you guys are going to say, do it? Hey, what's Russell drinking tonight? Because I know Russell's having something. I'm going to go out on a limb and say he's having Grants and a innocent gun. Or I don't know if he does it, if he goes that hard when he's not in front of the camera. Like, he might just be having the whiskey tonight. Like, why waste a perfectly good whiskey and innocent gun if you're not on screen? Like, come on. Bibbidi bop. Okay, thing was top of the line. Okay, Russell gave up on the plumbing, so we've got all of his attention. He's probably got a little bit of drinking going on. Ah, David's eating cheese. Destiny, no, whiskey without the E is everywhere except the U.S. and Ireland. U.S. and Ireland is whiskey with an E. The Irish added the E in originally to differentiate themselves from Scotch whiskey, because back then Irish whiskey, first of all, Irish whiskey is older, and back when that E appeared, Irish whiskey was widely believed to be a much higher quality drink, which was probably correct. And so to differentiate themselves from what they saw as an inferior product, they added the E. And because of immigration, they brought that to the United States. Though the documents that lay out the legal definition for whiskey in the United States does not have an E in it. So maybe American whiskey shouldn't have the E. Shall we discuss? Just kidding. It's not that interesting a discussion. I mean, look, if you're a whiskey anorak like I am, that's kind of fascinating. But for the rest of the world, they're like, you're no fun at parties. Christy says, the hour-long show, I am halfway through it. What are you talking about? Which hour-long show? I'm scrolling back to see what we're talking about. How far should I be scrolling? Boom, 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 boom. Raspberry says, you and your Grants. No, it's not Grants. What are you having right now? It used to be Grants, but you've changed it up recently. Or did you recently change to 4? Yep, I did. I knew you weren't going to let me down. Destiny asked, did my logo change? I'm just seeing. Are you talking about this guy right up here? Is that the logo you're asking about? Like versus like now on the YouTube page, there's a logo right here, which is not here in this app. But are you talking about that logo versus that logo, Destiny? Because I've always had two versions of the logo. A simplified one. Okay, so that's my logo changed like 8 years ago to this, and that's my main logo right there. Down here, it's just a really simplified version that I came up with for tiny stuff like this. This one is a little extra because it sort of says like sub now, but you know, the logo itself is just a simplified one for really small little things like the icons next to all your names, right? And stuff like that. So I've always had two versions of that logo, the super simple and that one. I would love to change my logo. The thing that I dislike the most about my logo is the trees. I'm someone who spent a lot of his life as a designer with like a Wacom tablet or Wacom, whatever, a digitizing tablet. Okay, and I don't have one, and so I created those trees with a mouse, and I hate them. I would also love for my logo, instead of being squat, same shape, but instead of being squat, I would like it to be tall and narrow, to sort of get more sort of like high mountains, you know. But yeah, it didn't change. I'm getting really boring here. Oh, ads. Hold on. Christy says Coleman video. Yes, you were there for sure. Uh, Logo on the bottom right. Yeah, that's the bottom right is just the simplified one. Destiny got an ad. Maybe the ads are random. I have no idea. I just don't know. Serge says that you only have the top logo on the Apple TV. That's interesting, because what that logo down at the bottom does is it subscribes. Why do I love Rye so much? God. What a shitty thing to say. Destiny, I have them set to be like every 30 minutes. So you should have had them at like 10, 9, 30. Yeah, 9:30, 10, 10:30, maybe 11. I don't know if an ad rolls at the very end. There's this thing that I often wonder. Like I love smoky whiskeys, smoked foods, you know, um, green growing tastes, like the pininess and all that in a good rye. Do I really like these in terms of taste buds? Or do I like all these because they make me think of somewhere where I'm not, i.e., campfire, outdoors, surrounded by greenery and herbs and stuff? I haven't really thought about this too much before. It's just something that popped into my head now. It's like, because I love all those, or like a whiskey with like a lot of farmy notes to it. Is it because I'm associating those notes and tastes and scents with something that I adore and get no time doing? Like, if I got enough outdoors time, would I prefer whiskeys that have like more caramelly vanilla notes or something a little more floral? Like, do I love all these green growing and burning tastes and scents because I'm sort of pining for the pines? Oh, there's an interesting question, Destiny. Where is Marcus tonight? Somebody call him and say, "Where the hell are you?" It's 10 o'clock Montreal time, Marcus. Where are you? I'm only on for like another hour, if I can make it that far. Ba-da-ba-boom, da-bam, da-bam, bam. I often wonder things like that about, taste and smells that people like, because like I don't understand the algorithm that makes one person love these flavors and another person hate them, or love these textures and another person hate them. I mean, I know that there's probably a lot of association with the past in that. Like cannot, um, someone I know quite well cannot handle Bailey's because he had a horrible night with a bottle of Bailey's. Right. So there's a clear and present reason why that person really doesn't like the cloying garbage that is Bailey's. Whereas a lot of other people love it. So, oh yeah, I love it. It's sweet, it's creamy, it's like a dessert in a bottle. But is that all we are? It's just a collection of past experiences. The chemical makeup of those past experiences in our brains, um, affecting what we like, or is it more magical? Is it, someone is loves this versus that because the universe decided that they do. You know, like think of comfort food. Okay, like I don't know anyone who's like, I need some comfort food, man. I'm gonna have bim bim bap tonight, right? But I do believe that maybe if I grew up in Seoul, that's exactly what I would hear, right? And no one in Seoul would say, "It's been a long week. I really want shepherd's pie," right? Or like, "I want pizza, but I want the pizza from Willat," or or whatever. That's a local, very small, like two-store chain, you know, because that's what I love. That's what I have whenever I'm feeling stressed. You know. This is a very boring and roundabout way to say, like, do I love all the green growing notes and the fiery, smoky notes because I wish I was sitting next to a campfire? Or is it magic? I also want pizza. And Christy says, I think you like them because it makes you think outdoor stuff. I mean, I'm not gonna say that you're wrong. I don't know. And since it's something that I'm only thinking about now, I don't have a philosophy worked out about it, yet. David says that Marcus will be in bed by now. He gets up early for work. All right. Maybe I'll ping him at some point this week. Wait, are you saying you want pizza or you want pizza AI? What the hell's pizza AI? Is that like, and where has Al been recently? That is an interesting question, Destiny. Where has Al been recently? What's going on? Where is that guy? He's AWOL, is what's going on. He's AWOL. He's absent without leave. And I think we should all just call him at his house, one after the other. Because he's probably in bed by now. He is way smarter than I am about bedtimes. Christy says, have a half shot Bailey's, half shot of Jameson, dropping in the Guinness, and it's a magical car bomb. You know who really, really hates the Irish car bomb? The Irish. It's like, why are you bringing that up? Granted, if you have too many of them, you'll be bringing it up all night. But you know what I'm saying? Like, it's funny that, uh, because it's all Irish stuff here. It's like, yeah, let's call it a car bomb. And the Irish are like, why the fuck would you do that there? Um, yeah, actually, that's a great idea. We should all send pizza to Al's house. We should all send pizza to my house. I should have an Amazon wish list about pizza. Thank you for reminding me, Jess. I'm just taking a note too. I'm going to cancel my my Amazon. It's too expensive. The 1 or 2 day shipping is slipping, and it's just another oligarch bro who I wish would just get poor and disappear. I would really like pizza right now. Not gonna do it. Ain't gonna do it. Do you have these often, Christy? Do you do a car bomb a lot? Do you like that? I haven't had a car bomb in a long time. I remember one night when the missus and I were out on the town, obviously before there were kids, and we just got utterly obliterated at Hurley's Irish Pub, and we were like, "You know what? Let's not have any more booze tonight." And we agreed. And then the band sent us pints. I was like, "Oh God, I miss that band." They were called Salty Dog, and so my band's been playing Hurley's and well, this circuit for 20. It's going to be 22 years in March. Um, but Salty Dog, if they were still together, would have been going on like 40, probably, maybe 35 years. Um, but about 5 years ago, they broke up. But like the members were still playing the circuit. Um, and one of them recently had a very fast, like a very brief battle with cancer that he lost. And when I found out he was the bass player, we lost a bunch of Celtic bass players up in this country over the past 5 years. Makes me a little worried, actually. But I was just thinking, like, before I even had a band, I was just going to Hurley's, as a college kid, soaking up the Irish energy or whatever, sitting there writing poems because that's the kind of young one I was. Thought it made me, reading Jean-Paul Sartre because it made me, I thought, more interesting to the blue-haired girl behind the counter at the local cafe kind of thing. But like they were there, they were, that band was there. That band was part of my first experiences at Hurley's, and we got to know them. We played with them. We had members of them sit in for our fiddler when he wasn't there. One night, my sister and I, after one of their gigs, went to Moe's with them, which was a little like a 24-hour diner, which is sadly no longer there. And so when he passed like 2 weeks ago, all that stuff just went through my head like all at once, like too much, just like just all of it right at once. So maybe I'm drinking to someone else who's gone. Another member of the musical brotherhood gone. Bedtime reminder. Shut up. Don't you know that it's live stream night, phone? Bedtime reminder. Thanks, Mom. I think, okay, Honeybee is out. Good night, Honeybee. Have a good sleep. Shawnee is heating up some spicy chicken bites. So I bought a bunch of chicken strips, like chicken fingers, for the youngest for this week, last week, without realizing that they were lightly peppered, which made me feel like epic garbage when she happily bit into one and her face changed. But yeah, so enjoy your spicy chicken bites. Destiny says, yes, Marcus as Felix Leiter, but minus the missing body parts. I don't remember who that character is. I have no recollection. This is way too many drams for one night, but it's just like there's practically nothing left in the bottle. And now there is nothing left in the bottle. And it's such a maudlin live stream tonight. It's like, oh my God, everybody's dead. And I don't have any cheese. But hey, so how many people are still kicking back with me on this live stream? 20 people? 20 people? You guys are heroes, man. You guys are fabulous. So, cheers to you guys for hanging with me. I've already told you guys how much I appreciate you. Look at the color. Look at that color. It looks so warm. So pretty. Yes, Christy. So I am gonna finish the bottle. I was not expecting so much death and despair. So I was ill prepared. Ill prepared was I. We really are just passing through, eh? It's shocking when it gets sort of thrown in your face like that, but we're just passing through. I shall now make a sticker. This used to be a sticker, but it no longer works. So I shall throw it into this. Push, push, push. And now tomorrow morning, I shall miraculously. Come on, foo. Sorry, guys. Sorry. There you go. And now tomorrow morning, I shall miraculously be a hero to my youngest daughter. I say, hold on a second. Somebody said hi to me. Hold on. Let me just. Can you taste the sherry? Yes, you absolutely can. Well, it's you don't taste it like, oh, there's sherry in here. You taste it like there's like a dark kind of plummy orchard fruit note, and very often with sherry, but not all the time. A little bit of what I always call brimstone, but what I mean is sulfur. Um, excuse me, I was not fast enough on the mute there. Sorry, peoples. So you get sherry notes, but it doesn't taste like a glass of sherry at all. The most sherried whiskey I have is the Aaron sherry cask. Um, that's very sherried. You can really pick up an actual sherry note in it because that one wasn't finished in sherry the way this one was. That one is actually aged for 3 years or whatever, however old it is in sherry. Chris is saying cheers. I say cheers, but I don't know. Chris, you don't drink, eh? Are you having like Diet Coke or something with us tonight? Christy gets it. She understands. We all do. I mean, look, there are certain things that are universal, and we all get it, even if we really hate talking about it, right? Hey, look who's here. Beto, how are you doing? How's the weather? How's politics? No, I'm kidding. Don't tell me about the politics. Everyone's just started saying, hello to Beto. Wow, everyone's literally saying hi to Beto. Should we count how many times Jesse burps? No. First it's like yawns, then it's zero sugar root beer. I do. Look, I don't really drink Coke unless there's rum involved or whatever. Like I use Coke when I do a cocktail video. That's it. Especially like American Coke. I'll say North American Coke because it used to be when I was a kid that Canadian Coke tasted just like Mexican Coke because we both still used cane sugar, but the States had already gone to whatever you guys call glucose fructose, high fructose corn syrup, maybe. Now, like there's a specific Mexican Coke that still uses cane sugar, and Canadian Coke and American Coke is essentially identical, and I don't like it. Um, but I do like root beer. I've always had a soft spot for root beer. I don't know why, but I do like me some root beer. I like root beer. I like ginger ale. But aside from that, it's like tonic water or maybe club soda. But I'm not a massive pop fan. Or to translate that into American, I'm not a massive soda fan. But yeah, so I support you in the root beer. I kind of wish I had one actually. What am I doing? I'm not going to drink a root beer at 20 past 10. I'm getting enough sugar right here. Look who's here as well. Longest Quest. Beto, Longest Quest popping in for the back half. How's it going? How's the weather? How you feeling? How's everything? Okay, everyone's saying hi to Skip. Russell is saying, I could go for some pizza with ham, pineapple, bacon, pepperoni. I would only have 2 of those on mine. And even then, maybe not at the same time. Usually when we have pizza, like, okay, if we make pizza, here's what we do. Sometimes we use like a pizza dough, but really often we'll use like naan salsa instead of pizza sauce because delicious. And I dice very small, like tiny, like broccoli florets, peppers, mushrooms, and then grated cheese on top. Kind of a cheddar thing. I mean, mozzarella, yeah, but not mozzarella is great. But for when we're home making the pizza, there's a marble cheddar or a Tex-Mex or a blend that works really well. If we order from Domino's or Pizza or something like that, I will always order like jalapeno, green pepper, and like maybe a sun-dried tomato or something. Camille always has pepperoni. Her mama always wants pizza and bacon, but bacon like cuts of bacon, not the ground stuff. Making myself hungry. I am making myself hungry. Hi, hello, blah blah blah. Destiny had pepperoni pizza with Sesame Street sprinkled. What? Start again. We had pepperoni pizza with sesame seed sprinkled crispy crust today. I do love me some sesame everything. Though I will say that in bagels, it has to be Montreal style. It can't be like the Toronto / New York bread donut. But I prefer the poppy over the sesame seed. This apparently makes me sick and wrong, but I will die on this hill. Montreal style poppy bagels. I will be taking no questions. Just taking a look here. Serge says, I think I'm going to get ready for bed. I'll be absent for the next 2 weeks since I'll be in the Peruvian highlands watching the toilets flush backwards. Good night, all. Okay, first of all, what? That sounds like an amazing trip, aside from the toilets. But Peruvian highlands? Hello, I didn't know that. He's already gone, though, right? Everyone say goodnight to Serge just in case. David says, every Friday night we go to a local pizza place for a Hawaiian pizza. It's so good. No! I cannot accept this. First of all, why is it called Hawaiian? It's not. It wasn't made. I actually I know why it's called Hawaiian because of the pineapple, right? It's a tiki thing, but God, that's so wrong, sick and wrong. I would just like to say, apropos of nothing, that I am in the last mission of Dragon Age: The Veilguard. Because video games sometimes get you the hell away from everything going on in the world. Everyone's saying goodnight to Serge and saying hi to Skip still. Mark Davidson says, Nan pizza in the air fryer is the bomb. I've never used my air fryer for pizza. I mean, we do use Nan when we're looking to save some. You know what? We use Nan almost all the time now, to be straight with you. It's like when we discovered that Nan makes a kick-ass pizza, that was like the secret weapon. We haven't used pizza dough in months. But I should try it in the air fryer. I use my air fryer when I'm eating alone. Like when all the girls are away, I'm like, air fryer night. I usually make like my bang bang chicken breasts or something like that, something nice and spicy, and baby yes, baby potatoes, because mine is the little two basket version. Like I don't have the, it's not the cooking oven. What? It's not like the mini oven style. It's the basket style, but it's got two baskets. So I'll do the chicken breast in one side and the baby potates in the other. Oh, it's so damn good. But yeah, naan pizza in the air fryer. So like, what do you do that at? Like 400 degrees for 10 minutes? Like you just lay it in the bottom with all the stuff on it. 400 for 10? I mean, like, how would you like? I guess you just think of it as an oven, right? In the oven, I do 375 or 400 for 10 minutes, and then I keep checking. Do you do the same? And do you have the basket style air fryer or the oven style air fryer? I did really pour too much whiskey. Whiskey is such a no. Who the hell puts hot dog slices on their pizza? Russell? The way you eat reminds me of my old neighborhood sometimes. And then sometimes you guys will do something fabulous, and I'll be like, "Wow, I gotta try that." So, I mean, no judgment really. I just really like pissing on people. Um, mm, Metaphorically, not like a Trump kinda thing. Ham, Canadian bacon, penny apple, yes, please. Chicken and bacon, yes, please. Um, to me, like, I only really use back bacon for, like, a breakfast sandwich. It never even occurred to me to put back bacon on a pizza. Like, I guess you would have to dice it or cut into small strips or something. Guys, this conversation is making me so hungry. Tonight we had tacos. They're doing Mexican tonight. as a as a light personal statement. Um, Garlic bread pizza? So do you mean like putting pizza stuff onto like garlic bread and putting it in the oven? Because that sounds amazing, to be straight with you. That sounds fabulous. Or if I'm thinking about this wrong, tell me all about it in that side chat, like right now, because I do love me some garlic bread. Garlic bread with like a little melted cheese sprinkled on it. Hell yeah. Excuse me. So now I'm thinking like garlic bread with like a little salsa or pizza sauce on it, a couple of pieces of um, pepperoni, maybe some green pepper, and then the cheese. And I'm thinking, I really wish I'd thought of that. Garlic bread pizza. God, why did you say that? Oh, you do pizza, pita pizzas. Yeah, I used to do pita pizzas. I feel that I like the naan better because it comes across more as a pizza crust. Do you know what I'm saying? Like it's got sort of the staying power that a pizza crust requires. Mark, yeah, you have the basket style. Yeah. Okay. So what? 400 at 10 minutes? Like how would you it's not too much whiskey. You're doing great. Nah. Thanks, man. Um, we drink the whiskey slowly so it does not kick our butts. Also, I spend way too much on my whiskey to pound it. Like, nope. David says a little more whiskey and Jess will be in knife buying mode. I would be, but I have orthodontics to pay for. I have my other kids' teeth to pay for. I have something to pay for myself that's gonna be 3 grand that I really don't wanna talk about online. So, I would love to buy a kick-ass knife tonight, but I cannot. Another bottle of whiskey, though. Bring her on. There's a killer bottle that's on sale in Alberta right now that's taking everything I got not to buy. Um, excuse me. You guys know the term FOMO, right? That hits hard in whiskey. And I recently had this epiphany that a lot of my purchases are based on FOMO. Like a lot. And they don't have to be. Um, an excellent example of this is okay, sometimes, oh, this whiskey only exists for now because they made 246 bottles. Okay, fine. But even then, there's going to be great whiskey out there, right? If I miss out on this one, it's not like this is the only good whiskey that's ever going to be. But sometimes I feel FOMO for the stupidest things. Like, so I have a planner in here. I used to do like a bullet journal. I realized I don't have the staying power to set up to do another bullet journal setup. Tabernacle. Hold on, I lost my pen. I'm back and better than ever. Pen. So this year I bought an actual like planner. Okay. Um, just so you know, that is clearly the 17th of March since it's a Monday and it's got the stamp for a band gig. Oh no, I glitched. Somebody tell me what I said right before I showed you guys the planner. Fudge, I glitched. I my brain lets me down every single day. Whatever it was I was going to tell you guys was going to be crucial and hilarious and fabulous, and you were all going to be utterly inspired to go out and create beautiful works of art. Trust me on this. What the fuck was I going to say? It's gone. It's gone because it's whatever. The way he just said Russell, he looked like he'd given up on the world. I feel that way so often right now. Okay, so garlic bread instead of dough. I, work of genius. I cannot wait to try this. Next time I'm eating supper alone, I like to try the more adventuresome stuff for the first time when I'm eating alone. Like my bang bang chicken, I tried for the first time on a weekend when the girls were in New York. I really destroyed the Brussels sprouts, though. I have yet to successfully make Brussels sprouts in my air fryer. Baby potatoes are fabulous, though. Uh, so it's like I'm home alone. I've had an air fryer for 2 days. I'm using it, and the bang bang chicken I loved and still love, and I've made it for the family. And Camille loves it because she likes a little spice. Her mom likes it with a little less spice than I tend to put, but massive success. That stupid air fryer is the best. It's the best thing we've ever bought. Shut up, Jesse. We bought a house for God's sakes. I bought bases, so shut up. But excellent. Oh wait, I think I see good night all from David. So good night, Mister. I mean, we're only like 24 minutes from the end, but whatever. Yeah, David Evans saying good night all. So everyone say good night to David. Give him a great big tongue kiss for me. What? Um, but yeah, so like the air fryer is okay. Here's one thing about the air fryer that makes me kind of. I think I need to buy some of those little baskets, like those little paper or silicone or whatever baskets to put in, because the actual baskets in my air fryer are like a Teflon derivative. They're like a nonstick thing, and I don't have any Teflon pans for a reason. So I got to get something to get my food up off that nonstick surface. So if anyone's got a suggestion, I'm gonna take it. Everyone's saying good night to David. Oh, you know what else I've got here? Tea. It's a good drink. In that live stream I did on my other channel, where I solidified and finalized the Coleman, I do think that I may, because I was like, that was the first booze I was having since the dry January. So I kind of feel I was maybe a little more easily victimized by it than normally. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm afraid to watch that video. To like, should I take this down? I mean, I don't like. I didn't black out or anything. It's just I do remember feeling a little freer than usual. So I'm like, well, Shawnee says more cocktail lives on the YouTube on the whiskey channel. Yes. The reason I did the cocktail live on my whiskey channel instead of Facebook is because I want to get the hell off of Facebook. I'm so tired of everything Facebook does. You know, I'm tired of just like my feed being polluted by the recreationally outraged, you know? And I feel that it'll be better for my headspace if I don't see that. So I'm thinking of like deleting my personal YouTube and like just leaving my Rain Dance Bushcraft one up. Though it doesn't get that much traffic, it is like it's a way that some people like Mark actually contact me. So I'm reluctant to get rid of everything, but I'm thinking of deep sixing my personal Facebook and my personal Instagram and just sort of trying to clean out my digital existence a little bit, you know? And so why? Yes. So that's why I did that YouTube on my whiskey channel page instead of just doing another Facebook Live. Also, Facebook really messes with my footage, man. It just compresses the crap out of everything. So it looks terrible, sounds terrible. I'm like, what are you guys doing to my stuff? You know? But yes, so thank you for saying that, because that I feel is a vote in favor of where I decided to put that. Um, and so I'll do that again. Frustrating though, because I used like YouTube's little live stream, blah blah blah. It it shunted me into, okay, you're going live way earlier than I thought it was going to, because I thought it was going to give me a chance to like take a link and share it. The reason the link that I shared out to the Discord and maybe Facebook was just like to my channel is because I couldn't get the link for the specific live stream without it just being like, and 3 and 2 and 1. And I'm like, and cancel. What's going on here? YouTube. Um, so anyways, that's that. So yes, I will do more of the cocktail stuff on that channel. Also, that channel is more fun than Facebook. Um So everyone's saying good night to David. Yes. Mark said, I just bought the silicone thingies. Haven't used them yet. Did my first boiled eggs in the air fryer. Are you kidding me? But yeah, so I'm gonna buy those thingies as well. Let me know when you use them, what you think of them. I have plenty of time before I use my air fryer again. It's not something that I use every night. But yeah, because I'm thinking of getting those. Let me know what your experience is like. Like we have silicone mats for the oven. This is not bushcraft or camping or anything related, but anyways, we have silicone mats for the oven. I don't like to use them above 375, but my wife uses them all the way to 450 with no problems. Country boy, I don't understand why you got no, I don't understand why a live stream that I set as public switched somehow to private and booted you. Because I had to switch it to public. I don't know what the hell happened there. It makes no sense to me. I don't know what happened there. But I mean, it's back to public, so you can watch it after the fact because that's fun after getting booted. I don't think I got completely shuttered, you know. Russell says, Jess, when you finally have your big acreage and your cabin in the wilderness, what does your perfect weekend look like? And what time of year is fall? First off, it's fall. And fall is when I want there to be a bunch of aspens and stuff like that on my land. Because there ain't nothing. Russell, man, that little chunk of your land where it's all like aspens or poplars or like the ones that go sort of that beautiful golden yellow in the fall. I want that light on my land. Like birches do the same thing. And it's gorgeous. It's fabulous. It's my favorite. Some people are all into the fiery reds. I love how the way the maples and the oaks go like totally red, and it's that is also gorgeous. But there's just something about that golden yellow light in an aspen or poplar or birch stand that I gotta have that. And aside from that, it's got to be all evergreens because I'm into the evergreens. I love the smell of an evergreen forest. Um, I also love the smell of an evergreen forest. No, but I like the way it looks as well. Like spruces, firs, even pines. These are all trees that I've worshipped since I was a child. It would be hard to let go of, that just because of the colors in the Charlevoix in the fall. You know, I like so it would be. I'd love to say in the Boreal, but it's really long to drive to the Boreal from Montreal. Funk it, cabin, log cabin, off grid, Boreal forest, stand of birches, and or like aspens or something nearby, so that I can get that beauteousness in the fall. Fall's my favorite season, bar none. I also love spring because I love the smell and the sights of the world coming back alive. There's a green that happens at that point of the year that I talked about in a video once, and someone said, "Oh yeah, that's called blah," and I cannot remember what the blah was, but there's that the young green early season that is also magical. I like the shoulder seasons, the seasons where the world is in change, much better than the static seasons. Winter, the world is in the dead half. Summer, the world is hot and full of bugs. you know. If you would ask me what my least favorite season was, it's got to be summer. Which, if you'd asked me as a high schooler, would be a different answer. But yeah, fall. It's beautiful. It's fucking poetic. We'll just forget I said that. It's like you're living in a poem. It's like you're living in a painting. You're living in a Bob Ross painting. You're living in a song. That's what fall is. It's everything like that because it's beautiful. Early, like the September to October switch is probably my favorite weekend. It's warm enough that you can be in a shirt. Like I had not a t-shirt necessarily sometimes, but not necessarily. But you can have a fire to warm you up at night, and the world is just magical. Um, so my perfect weekend looks like I arrive at the cabin, I unload my stuff. So the cabin is off grid, but not, but like I have some sort of internet access. Okay. Um, I have a mixture of solar and wind, batteries, kind of like your setup, Russell, but with a small wind, Shosbenush, whatever they're called, combine. No, it's a bine word. Turbine, wind, looks like a fan. Who cares? We're moving on. Um, Lakefront, but not lakefront that's going to flood and destroy my land. So maybe not lakefront, but anyways, maybe riverfront. I don't know. Like I've got a canoe. So my perfect weekend is I arrive. I've left work at noon on Friday, so I don't arrive at night, like after dark. I've got time to unpack my stuff. Basics only, right? Maybe there isn't even a bed. Like maybe it's a cot that I put a sleeping bag on next to a wood burning stove. The first thing I do when I get in, set up a fire. We're cutting this pretty tight, but I'm gonna finish. First thing I do is set a fire up. Two reasons. A, because yeah, but second, because once you've started a fire and like if I can just keep some embers glowing all weekend, then it's not so hard to get a fire going in the morning on a cold morning. You know what I'm saying? Um, and also because that night when I'm sitting there next to that fire reading a book, it's gonna be so damn good. So I unpack my stuff, make supper. It's probably gonna be something steak related, maybe pork chops. But I feel like for me, like campfire food is like hamburgers, sausages, or like a steak. Not so much pork chops, not so much chicken breast, although I don't know why. But yes, celebrate me by having a large steak. I would also cook some peppers, some zucchini, maybe some mushrooms. You gotta have an onion. You start with an onion. You always start with an onion. Um, because this first night, I'm not doing much. I'm just sort of unpacking, setting up for the weekend. Um, After I'm done, um, maybe a nice beer or a whiskey after the fire, after the supper's ready. The sun's gone down. There's no reason to take out tools because I don't want to have booze before the tools are finished for the day. So I've probably like cut some extra wood or whatever, and I've probably got a couple of cords there ready to go. But you gotta make some kindling, you gotta make some tinder, you gotta do all that stuff. So early night because I love lying there next to a burning fire in a wood burning fire stove. In a wood burning stove. I'm working hard here, guys. Next morning, I would like to be up as early as possible, but after a long, hard morning at work, I might sleep in a little bit, but whatever. I would like to make my caffeine, take a canoe ride for like just a short one, 15, 20 minutes, a half hour, a day and a half. Then come back, throw some bacon on, some eggs. I'm not against the idea of making a pot, like a small pot, like a single serving of oatmeal with strong coffee. But maybe that's the next morning. Like this first morning, I'm enjoying being in the woods, and I've got to have So yeah, like a bacon, eggs thing, toast on the wood burning stove, and just enjoy life. Just shut all this crap down. Read a freaking book, right? Stare out the window, sit outside, stare at the beauteous majesty that I'm surrounded by. Chop some wood, take a hike, come back. As the sun starts to go down, stoke that fire up again, cook supper, another steak. Just kidding. I might even have like those mountain house things. I don't care. It's about being where I am and having a burning fire, and at least once having something that's like some mushrooms, some veggies, and a meat thing in a pan over fire or on a wood burning stove. I'm not fishing on my ideal weekend because fish allergies, so I'm weirded out by fish. Early nights, probably early nights, because part of the magic of being out there is the feeling of lying there next to a burning fire in a stove or a fireplace. A fireplace for the sort of poetic magic, but a wood burning stove for the efficiency, right? So, would I go one way or the other? Can I have both? Am I allowed to have both? Probably not. If I'm not allowed to have both, I'll have the wood burning stove for the beauty of being able to make supper on it or breakfast on it or lunch on it without needing another oven, you know? If I have a fireplace, then I want one of those wood burning ranges, you know, the whole cooking stove with like the various bits and pieces and it burns wood. Yes. But realistically, I have a wood burning stove in a small wood, like debut. What are those things called? Holy crap! Wood log cabin. Oh, Russell, I'm thinking about it now again. It's such a dream, and it feels like it's so far away. It feels like it's almost unattainable. No, it feels straight up unattainable. Someday. Someday. Yeah. Sean says, heck yeah, delete that other social media stuff. Yeah, yes. That guy that stealth camps slept in the back of a dump truck on the side of the road and brought a pizza oven with him. That sounds fabulous. His name is Steve Wallace. I watch all his vids. Excuse me for a second. Steve Wallace? Steve Wallace. ABC. Always be camping. Welcome to my channel. Okay. I'm going to check that out. Thank you. New channel to check out. Oh, that's cool. I do like that. That is so cool. Ian. So, hi, Ian. By the way, saith fall is the perfect time for the woods. Evening all. Yes, fall is the perfect time for the woods. Like just that like time after all the damn insects have been like sayonara, see you next year, and before the snow says, you know what, I'm gonna ruin everything you want to do this weekend. You know, when it's cool, but like it's around 15 to actually 15 pretty more, like around 12 to 8, 12 to 9 degrees. You know, that perfect weekend, September right into October. I love that weekend. I love that weekend out in the woods. I would love to spend that weekend at Russell's place again one day because that was spectacular. Oh, I am late. How are we how are we almost at 11 now? We're 4 minutes from 11. This ain't the Boreal. Most trees go golden here. Yes, you're not in the Boreal. You're in broadleaf, mixed broadleaf. What's the term? Yeah, I mean, your land is still great though, and you've got a lot of those aspens and stuff that I love so much, and some birches. I'm also a big fan of oak. Absolutely, and that golden color is just that golden color, man. It's my favorite. I know the fiery red of the maples and the oaks and the beeches, but that golden color is dreamy to me, man. I love it. Golden, but not red. I look, the fiery red is fine. Look, if you go to the Charlevoix in fall when the leaves are blazing, it's a mix of everything, and it's gorgeous. It really is. I love fall for more than just the aspen stands, right? I just fall is my favorite season for many reasons. Some of which are just cooler weather, no bugs. Some of which are Day of the Dead. You know, that if you sort of look at the sort of the Celtic calendar, it's the end of one year, it's the beginning of another on what we now call Halloween. It's like there's all everything about fall is beautiful to me. So, like, yes, I like the reds and all that stuff as well. Like, if I look, God, I don't know, like maybe I'm synesthetic or something, but like I see even just a picture of a fall strand of those golden hues, and I can feel it's 12 degrees, slight breeze. I can hear it. I can smell it. Fall smells different than spring does, smells different than summer does, smells different than winter does. And your land is beautiful in fall. Absolutely. Did I say hi to Ian? Yes, I did. I absolutely did. Country boy hates summer, but where you are, it's not so bad. Like summer, like if I have to spend summer, what does that even mean? Like, I would rather spend a summer in BC on the Vancouver side of the mountains, excuse me, than I would here for certain reasons and not for others. Like for others, I would rather stay here. But like, man, summer in BC is like on the coastal side of the mountains is fabulous. It's great. Even where my dad is, it's very arid in the summer because he's in the lower Okanagan. But I like it, you know? So yeah, I'm interested to know why you hate summer. Summer is not my favorite season, right? I'm fall, spring, winter. Am I fall, winter, spring now? Snowshoeing really changed my view. But like summer is the bottom of the rungs for me. Uh, I do like elements of all seasons though. Christy, if you're still here, done. So you were right. Such a good bottle. I'm gonna have to buy that again. Um, Wondering if he's gonna actually answer the main question. What was the main part of the question? Let me roll back. Roll on back. That guy that self camps. When you finally have your big acreage and your cabin in the wilderness, what does your perfect weekend look like, and what time of year is it? I answered that. Fall. Get there. Start a fire. Oh, but what I wanted to say, Russell, was the reason the first thing I want to do when I start a fire is because to me, whether at a campsite or, and I'm extrapolating here, but no, I'm not because we've rented cabins before. The fire is what gives the spot I'm at a sense of place. The fire is what tells me that, okay, I am now here. right? We rent an Airbnb out in the woods. It's a cabin with a wood burning fireplace. I want the fire burning to tell me, okay, your weekend has started. You can, you know, the smell, the sound of a fire, the crackle, the pop. Um, it's calming to my head, and it gets really loud in my head, right? So, like, to me, the fire is important, even if it's not cold. I still want a fire just as a like as a flag to plant in my weekend kind of thing, or my week or whatever. The fire is very important to me because I love after everything is done, the tools are set down. There's nothing sharp, so I can maybe have a little drink. But I feel I have earned the moment that can extend into a long time of just sitting down, relaxing, setting up. Maybe I've got a book ready to go or whatever, and just looking into the fire for a bit, right? Because the fire is the central theme of my time in the wilderness, whether it's in a cabin or a tent or a hammock or whatever. You have to respect the fire. You have to, you know, coerce the fire sometimes into being. And then once it's come into being because you've coerced it, you have to treat it with respect. You have to make it worth its while to stay. You have to work with it. You can't work against it. You try to work against a fire. How many of you have tried to light a fire and it's like you're going to light and it just doesn't until you're dousing it with gas and throwing a match into it? No, no. You got to respect fire. Before it's even burning, you got to respect fire. You're putting your kindling and everything together. I mean, you can force it, throw a blowtorch at it or whatever, but no, no. For a fire that is satisfying, that is, I was gonna say mystical, but I don't want to weird anyone out. But like the fire that is the center of your life for the week that you're there or the weekend that you're there, that is the focal point. That is there for you. You have to respect it. You have to coerce it. You have to sort of come, come, right? Flint and steel or a ferro rod onto like maybe some char cloth. Put it in a bird's nest, right? Until it flames up. You put it with your tinder, and then you lay your kindling on, and then like you build larger and larger and larger until you've got the fire that you can make last all weekend or all week. Yeah, it'll go down to embers, but you know that if you put wood on, maybe a bit more kindling, it's not going to let you down. A fire that you don't respect may burn you, may not. The reason why I think so often about this stuff, I think so hardcore about this stuff, is because the husband of one of my cousins had a fire going in one of those backyard fire pit things. It's not a pit. You buy it, metal, put it in your backyard, put fires in it. And my sister was sitting on a lawn chair and the fire started to go down. So instead of doing like the respectful way you build a fire back up, he took that like gel gasoline crap and squirt. The fire exploded. My sister's had scars on her legs ever since. Not huge, but like globules of this fire starting gel burning landed on her leg. And so next thing you know, she's running around this backyard in a panic while my cousin's running after her with the hose. Because of course, you respect the fire. You work with it. I don't mean it's like a god. I don't mean it's alive. I'm not, I'm not really an animist, though after a week spent in the forest, I kinda come back maybe feeling a bit like that. But so when I say you respect the fire, I don't mean it feels that you are loving it and so it will give you, but what I mean is when you respect the fire, the way you approach it, the way you put it together, the way you treat it, it's gonna be safer, it's gonna be more successful with less agony. It's just it's how you wanna start your weekend, right? You make your fire right because it's how you wanna start a weekend in the woods. Do it right. Enjoy your time. Love life for the 3, 2, 3 fleeting days you have to yourself and to the woods and to the cabin. The cabin, I want to have a wraparound deck with like a covered deck, 2 or 3 sides at least. Maybe it's enclosed in like, a screening, you know? I think it's important to have that kind of quasi inside, quasi outside space. Country Boy says spring, fall, and early winter are the best. I love those seasons for sure. Yeah, Russell says we're in the middle of winter right now, and it's 10 times better than summer. Absolutely, I agree completely. Even sitting in the dirty ass city where I live. Grace says I love spring. When looking at still barren woodland hillside, and you notice that the trees have started to bud up and the woods have a bit greenish tint. Yes, makes me happy. Yeah, absolutely. Grace, that's exactly it. Everything's just starting to come back alive. There's an optimism. You can feel it in the air. Yeah, the ice and the snow are melting. There's a scent to the air. I don't mean the dog poo. I mean the growing. There's like almost a petrichor thing happening. Beautiful. Yeah, happy because warmer weather is not far off. Man, those first spring days where everything starts to melt, you're like, the world she is coming alive. So it's funny that summer is not even in my top three, because the promise, like embodied by spring, should tell me that I'm just gonna love summer. But I feel that I love summer because of how I felt about summer when I was a student. Like, I don't know if any of you have this, but for me, like, there's a residual dread of September rolling around, even though it makes no difference in my life. But when I was a teenager, especially, man, high school was hard on me. And I've brought that forward with me throughout my entire life. And so, like, I wonder if the optimism I feel when when the grip of winter slips, right, and spring comes in and the snow starts to melt, and you can just start to see the green appear. I wonder if it's all just leftovers from when I was a student, you know? Ian says, mind you, arriving to the wood in 10 inches of untouched snow was pretty surreal last weekend. No wildlife seen except for the deer and the elk tracks on the way back out 3 days later. Oh, sounds nice to me. But for me, part of the magic of being out in the woods is being alone, right? After 10 days in the woods, I might be pining for company, but to me, the idea of like just billowing snow and you're the first person there and you get in, you light the fire and start to slowly warm the place up. That sounds magical to me. Country Boy says, I don't have to deal with as many bugs as Ontario or Quebec, by the way. You just hate the heat. Yeah, okay, that's fair enough. That's fair enough. I mean, there is a temperature element there as well. I'm working hard here, guys. Did I say that? What was I talking about? Might have been just trying to keep the words coming out. I'm very bloody tired. Destiny is asking Ian, are you the one who bought the 125-year-old cabin in the woods? Um, Country Boy says to unto Ian, pretty much just mosquitoes and black flies here on the wet coast. Got a few deer flies, but not many. Deer flies piss me off. That is Ian with a real old cabin. It's such a nice looking place. I would love to see pictures of the inside. Ian said, I look, I thought it was unattainable 10 years ago. Things happen, and sometimes things come together for a surprise outcome. Nice. Grace says, you haven't watched Camping with Steve? No, I haven't watched. You're talking about Steve Wallace, I am guessing. I haven't, but I have it pulled up right here, and I'm going to watch some maybe tomorrow, because I noticed that we're at 12 past 11, so I got to go to bed really soon. Oh my God, look who's here. Jess King, checking in late. You are checking in late. Like, I was supposed to be gone by now, but nice to see you. Oh, you popped in like 15 minutes ago. I'm just going to scroll to the bottom. Oh man, it's gonna be like a great big experiment. I hope it really works out. It's so nice. It's so cool. I like this comment. Sounds like heaven to me. It sounds like heaven to me too. Destiny's like, is the snow still falling at your place? He lives on Hokkaido, man. He's gonna get buried. Country Boy says that summer on the coast has changed. It's disgustingly hot and humid the last 4 days. Why is it humid? That makes no sense to me. Russell says, spring is also when the bird city erupts. You walk outside in the morning and there's 1,000 different birds singing. That is true, and I love that sound. Yeah. Jess King says there is no snow today, but more forecast for tonight. Should be light this time. Man, Jess's pictures of Hokkaido are just stunning. Destiny says, and our winters have changed to that beautiful, soft, wet West Coast snow. Our dry snows are now few and far between. We had a pretty dry snow this past week. Ian says, just watching the fires relaxing. It absolutely is. Love it. Russell says, it's nice and warm in the cabin right now, and all I see are the coals and the wood stove. I love that little glow. Gotta have a wood stove with a big glass door. I agree. Yeah, because so that you can look at it as well. And a cabin with large windows. I'm just trying to get to the bottom because I gotta sign off, but I want to make sure that I'm not saying. Oh, there we go. Little fish naked. How's it going, Marcel? Popping in after the fact, in fact, because that was at 11:08, and I have got to shut this thing down. I just want to make sure that I'm not missing any comments. Oh wait, Jess. On that first day when you're back at your cabin, what is your evening meal? It's either going to be a steak, because like, to me, being at the cabin is, let's mark this occasion. I like steak, baby potatoes, and a salad, because I love a salad. Romaine lettuce, tomatoes, like really simple, but I love a salad. I've got to have something veg. Or I might do like Italian sausage, chorizo, maybe, with baby potatoes, for sure. Marcel says September is my happy month. Means summer is ending. Yep, I love September. Even with that, no, I love the end of September switching into October or mid-September. Like, early September always gives me that twinge of that feeling I had when I was in school. and I was not popular in school, and I didn't like school. I hated school, right? Until I got to, like, Cégep, when I was like, "Hey, I can choose my courses, and I can make a thing of this," and then university was I actually liked being in university. If I had the money, I would get a master's because I really liked university. But, like, elementary, no. High school, no. There's nothing like trudging through snow, opening the door on a cold cabin, turning on the lights, getting a fire ready, maybe put on some tunes. Yeah, that sounds freaking heavenly. Um, Mark is wishing everyone a great week. You too. Russell says, Tabernac. In 2014, I never would have thought I'd own land, building cabin, and living there full time. Who knows what the future brings? I cling to that philosophy. Okay, Destiny's out. She said good night. Okay, we are at 23:17, so I'm going to shut this baby down. Everybody, Marcel says October is my favorite month of the year as well. I do like me some October. Absolutely, I love. It ends with the Day of the Dead, which at one point in my life was was like the highest holiday. I like the energy of October, the transition period. So yeah, Marcel, I agree with you. Look, so we're out of here. Everyone between now and next week, please be safe, be sane for God's sakes. Um, be healthy and be kind to one another. Good night, everyone.